What is going on, Wolfpack Nation? We are here, baby. We are feeling it. We are psyched. We are in absolute disbelief, to be honest with you. I mean, it is absolutely crazy to be sitting here, ladies and gentlemen, with both of our men's and women's basketball teams, baby, heading to the Final Four.
Say it one more time, Leighton.
It is surreal. It really is surreal, dude. Like, and I know all of Wolfpack Nation, including us, are just. I mean, why not us? Exactly, Macon. Why not us, man?
Why not? I mean, this is, it's, dude. It's. I was trying to think words. I think it's more literally amazing and literally awesome. Like it's like the word, the actual most serious that word. I'm in like awe of it. Like I'm in.
Yep.
It is truly amazing. Like it's like I can't even understand how they're doing this, man, and where it came from. But like, it's. I'm so I don't know, thankful. I mean, I'm so excited for what the fan base gets to feel this way, because all we've ever heard are the stories, and we're living in one right now. Like it's amazing.
Yep. Yeah. No, I love Jason's changing it to hashtag why not both. I love it. And Brian looks like said he's already got his tickets booked for Phoenix. And
me too, man. The only thing I got to figure out is my airplane tickets. I haven't gotten that part yet. But because honestly, they're crazy expensive. But but I've got everything else ready to go. So
yeah, I laughed. There was this one student who tweeted out that he got selected for a student ticket for the Final Four, and he was all excited. But then he saw the ticket prices for flights and was like, does anybody else want the tickets? So I was like, poor guy. Yeah, but with that being said, Wolfpack Nation, we will be joined here soon enough here by Greg the Leg and Mackenzie as well, who are both just getting back from their flights from Dallas, where they went to go check out the Elite Eight, and so they'll be joining us here shortly, and then we will be joined at around 8:30 here by special guest DJ Horn's father, Lamar Horn, and then the great DJ Burns' father, Dwight Burns Sr. as well.
What?
Yep. So we will be joined by both the DJ's fathers here at 8:30 to talk about their journey to NC State. And obviously Dwight Burns has been more famous as of recently with his, I would say, with his on-screen antics just as much as probably DJ himself, which is awesome. I mean, a great way, obviously, with Dwight with a little arm flex, on the TV, which I loved. Like, we're so excited to have them on. So, but with that being said, if you've been with us for, you know the drill. But if you haven't, any questions, comments, concerns, we make sure to put them in the chat. We already got a ton in here that we will get to here right now. But yeah, any questions, thoughts, questions you got, put them in the chat. We will get to as many of them as we can here today. But Razor, I think, starting off with a perfect synopsis saying guard play for both our men's and women's teams will decide if both teams don't shoot well from our guards, we will lose. Basically, I mean, up until this point, I don't know. Like, like let's kind of break it down a little bit. So talking about men's first. Well, no, actually, you know what? Let's talk women's because I think this comment kind of leads into one of our Tuffy's mailbag questions here. But for the women's side, I mean, Megan, I put out a tweet, a couple weeks ago saying that Isaiah James is the most underrated and disrespected guard in women's college basketball. And people are like, well, she's a first team All ACC. How is she disrespected? It's like, well, because she should be considered without a doubt one of the top 10 women's college basketball players.
Yeah, where is she ranked nationally? Yeah, where's she ranked nationally right now? Is she even ranked? Was she first team All American or not that? Was she even an honorable mention?
No, not from what I've seen. Nope.
Yeah.
So I mean, again, there's been a lot of lists put out, top 10, and you see, Caitlin Clark, you see Angel Reese, you see the small forward from Tennessee that we just faced, Reese Jackson. You see her on there.
But Brink from Stanford too, I guess, maybe in there.
Yep. So and Isaiah James, in my opinion, is 100% in that conversation. Wouldn't you agree? I mean, especially, oh my gosh, she was red hot yesterday. I mean, in the last 2 games alone, she's been ridiculous, getting almost 30 points a game. It's stupid how hot she is.
Yeah, she's playing better as we progress through this right now. I mean, she's had double-digit games since March 3rd. So the month of March, she has scored at least 12 points a game. But the thing I think is also good too is her other numbers are really good too. I'm just ballparking here. She's probably averaging 5 rebounds a game, maybe a little bit more than that, probably about 5 rebounds a game, and somewhere around, I'm going to say 3 assists a game. If you're getting roughly, 18, 20 points a game, 5 rebounds, 3 assists from your guard position, that's really good on average, right? I'm ballparking at the last, the month of March. I mean, your best players have to be at their best now. And I think they had a joke about her and Sanaya Rivers, like which one's Batman and Robin kind of thing. But like, to me, I can look at River Baldwin's not even getting talked about a whole lot right now. I think one of the most underrated players on our whole team is Mimi Collins. That's just me. But,
I thought you were about to say River.
No, I want River for certainly is, but I don't know if she's underrated on our team. I think she may be underrated in the ACC for sure. But yeah, nice cut there. But I know. I mean, I'm just. This is something the teams I'm working for, all the programs I'm working for the women's side, and they finally got there, and I don't know, it's amazing. They're playing pretty well now. I thought against that game against Texas, it felt like they just controlled that game.
Oh, for sure.
I don't know, at least most of the game. I thought Madison Booker having some foul trouble was also big. I thought the way they defended her was pretty good. I thought, if I'm not mistaken, that Texas has a lot of really good forwards, if I'm not mistaken, too. Aaliyah Moore, she had 10 points, 9 rebounds. They held her to 10 points. That's big. And let's see here. I know they had Gonzalez. There was one player they kept mentioning how she's had a lot of points. So she had 15 points the last game against Gonzaga. She had a couple of weeks ago, she had 21 against Drexel. It looks like 11 against, I guess, Iowa State, and 10 against Kansas State. And they held her to 0 points, and she fouled out of the game.
Yeah.
I mean, great defensive play, but that women's team, man, they're playing their best ball right now. And I think part of the difference in that game was their 3-point shooting. And that goes back to Isaiah James, right? She had 7 threes or 6 threes? I can't remember. 7. I mean, she's on fire right now. I mean, it was like the walking man on fire GIF or whatever you want to call it. Like,
100%.
She's playing great right now. I don't want to keep talking about it, but great basketball.
Well, and Greg, what up, man?
Thanks for asking me.
Yeah, I was.
What's up? Let's go.
What's up? Yeah, dude. I mean, Greg, just to kind of bring you in, let you get your thoughts rolling here. One of the things I know, right? One of the things which I had said is that, and I've said repeatedly, yesterday and today, is that I feel that, unfortunately for both the men's and women's teams, since both of the games happened near the same time, that I don't think either of them really got the achievements, hype that they both deserved for the Elite Eight and the Final Four. I mean, again, like I said, 2 years ago when Elisa Cunane and Kai Crutchfield and co, were competing, against UConn for a trip to the Final Four. I mean, everybody was on the edge of their seats. Everybody was watching that game. Everybody was dialed in and like, oh my gosh, please, please, please. And since they both happened, I feel like that, you couldn't have everybody focused on one accomplishment. It was kind of let's be real, a 60 to 70% split towards men and then 30% towards women. But it just,
is.
Yep, it is what it is. So, I mean, is it just kind of, it is what it just, is that kind of your reaction to it? Just, it is what it is.
Yeah, so for me, obviously being in Dallas, it was
Dude, your voice is shot, man.
I know, it's so shot. It's so shot. I got 2 games left. I got 2 games left in it.
I know, man. Pour it out, man.
Yeah, for me, I was able to watch the first half. And I had we had the Walk of Champions for the pack on Sunday, so we did that. Then I ran back upstairs to my room, watched a little bit more time of the game. So at halftime, we ended up rolling over to the arena, and so I missed most of the second half. I was kind of following it on my phone. Wi-Fi was kind of spotty, internet was kind of spotty in there. So to your point, yeah, if you were at either event, you couldn't give your complete focus to now. Obviously, the women, you see, it was just the opposite. The women got to see the second half of the game, whereas the men men fans would only got to see in the first half of the women's game. But what I saw of it, it was pretty dominant performance. I think they were up 11 or 12 at the half, and they just didn't let that foot off the gas.
No.
And that was the one thing we were always worried about, right?
Yeah, no, they did great. And because that was the biggest thing for me was you knew at the start of the second half they were going to make a run. And because it's Texas. I mean, in basketball,
they're a 1 seed for a reason.
And it's a game of runs. Basketball is a game of runs. And so you just need just to ride that wave. And I thought we did a great job. I mean, yeah, Texas brought it back within a few possessions, but Isaiah James and River Baldwin and co just put the game away. And so huge hats off to, in my opinion, to River Baldwin, who I think was kind of an unsung hero for a little bit from yesterday.
I think she's been that way all year. She's just been a steady Eddie. I probably shouldn't use Eddie right now, right? Because it's almost like Edie. But no, she just goes out and does her thing quietly. She's one of those people where you look at the stat sheet in the night, you're like, wow, she had like 10 points and 8 rebounds and 6-7 charges. Yeah, she's just one of those cogs in the wheel that you need.
That's right. What up, Kens?
What's up?
What's up? How's Dallas?
Oh wait, hold on. It was great.
Yeah.
It was great.
By the way, while she's getting locked in, I will be bringing confetti for the whole crew when we go to Arizona. I have Final Four confetti, so
let's go.
I will be putting those in little baggies. And
what a souvenir.
Yeah, thanks. Shout out to JT, Jaden Taylor's mom. She hooked it up for us, so shout out to her. She gave me some. I was like, Mama Taylor, I need some confetti. She came literally. Kins, you saw it. How much confetti was? It was like half the arena's confetti. Yeah, she hooked us up. So shout out to Mama Taylor.
Wow.
Yeah, just a heads up to everybody that almost the entire Tuffy Talk crew will be in Phoenix. So make sure to keep an eye out. Make sure if you see one of us, come and say hey. And we'll probably be all together. For some of the trip, but it's gonna be awesome. Looking forward to seeing a lot of
met a ton of fans this weekend. Man, I took so many selfies with people and had some wonderful conversations. And to me, that's the best. I got you too, Tracy. You're one of the OGs, so I got you some confetti too, Tracy.
Let's go.
You have to text me your address and I'll send you some. Where was I going? Yeah, just met a ton of fans. That's honestly my favorite part of these trips. That's my favorite part of the trips is just talking to people and find out where they're coming from and their backgrounds and what makes them a state fan. It's the best.
But don't worry, everybody. We renegotiated Greg's contract, so he's not going anywhere anytime soon, y'all. Don't worry.
As we we've won, Greg has gotten a 2-year extension on his contract. So
hey, let's go.
Hey, I got an NIL thing. Let's do a giveaway for some Final Four confetti. I got enough. I got enough. Maybe we can donate some NIL money. Get something going on or something.
Hey, I
don't
like
know.
that.
Was
I like
that your
that.
carry-on, your personal item, just full of confetti?
I looked like a hobo going back. It was like I had my little
Santa Claus
flag.
is coming to town.
Yeah. Wait a minute. What?
I love it.
I honestly, as I was saying, I was like, oh yeah, beard.
Yeah, I know. I got you.
Did I?
Beard.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah. But let's give away some confetti though. I like it.
I love
That's
it.
a great idea.
So one of the biggest things that I'm actually surprised that we haven't heard anything yet, but I hope something does happen, is everybody's been messaging us nonstop about, is there going to be any big watch party, like, either at Carter Finley or at PNC or
Yeah,
somewhere.
I think there's some,
Social and Cary.
Yeah, but like something like University ran, like like where you do
Well, I
like
get what you're saying,
in the
like
men's
why can't do the
basketball arena.
PNC? Yeah,
Reynolds or something. Yeah.
Well,
maybe
something.
Yeah, I think Reynolds would be a better atmosphere. It's about 6,000 people. I would be willing to bet. I mean, most schools do something like that. So I would just say follow Pack Athletics and basketball teams. I would just think something like follow. Make sure you're following those accounts, and then if we get something, obviously we'll repost it and get the word spread.
Yep. Let's get to a couple comments and then we'll jump on over to our Tuffy's mailbag. Ray saying, I see she let you back in the house. LOL. Talking about my wife Ashley kicking me out to the back patio to see if that changed the second half mojo, and it definitely did. North Wolf saying Wolfpack is back, baby. We're rocking and rolling.
What's like the best personal story, Greg, you had while you were there in Dallas?
I was there too.
Okay, I'm going to ask you
Just
too,
saying.
Mackenzie. I'm panning it over. Just give me a
It's
second.
Uh,
You know what, Greg? Let's
Let her
start
go
with
first.
Mackenzie.
Ladies first.
It's fine.
Ladies first.
No. You got to call me out. You can go first.
No, it's cool. Greg, go ahead.
Man, best personal story.
Okay,
I mean, for me,
give it top two or
Greg
three.
almost
You got a
me
couple.
killed.
yeah. Just for me, the players just thanking me just for all the support. Some of the fans thanking me for my support. I think just that kind of thing. Just when I would walk in, I would just yell "Wolf" like so loud. That's part of the reason my voice is gone, and the whole place would just say "Pack." I mean, it's just, to me, that just gets me going. Like, I was so hyped up for it. A couple of the coaches' wives came up and talked to me and just thanked me. Parents did the same. So that's what I do. Look, I got zero athletic ability at my age, but I can cheer my butt off, and so I'm going to give them all of that I have.
That's right. I love it. Kens, what you got?
I made a lot of new friendships this weekend. It was really fun. I got to see Kevin Keats' coach from Ferrum. He was a blast to hang out with.
Oh, bless.
So
That's probably the best personal story right there.
Yeah, he
He's
was just living his best life, and met a lot of or obviously know the guys, met their parents. That was really fun. Just being there and being able to like experience that in person was probably the best thing. Because I mean, I've dreamed that my entire life. Like hearing my Nana talk about how 83 was, and I got to like actually be there in person. It felt amazing, and I can't wait to be there at the national championship.
I want to tease something. Have we talked about anything about our live guest here? Have we mentioned it? I know I
already mentioned it. Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that was Kenz's favorite part, was meeting.
Oh my God, I love them.
Meeting the.
You're about to talk to them again a little bit.
Protect that family at all costs, and I told them that. I was like, "We adore you."
Yeah, I think the other my favorite personal story was getting to meet Julius Hodge. That was freaking awesome.
Oh, really? Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. In fact, it was okay. Along with that lines
man, that's so cool.
So we'll have to talk to Mr. Burns about this, or Senior. He goes by Senior a lot, but we'll have to ask him what it was like meeting Julius Hodge. They had a moment, and they both wanted each other's pictures. It was pretty funny. So we'll have to ask him when he gets on the podcast here in a minute.
So hold on one second. Did Kelly Harper get fired?
Yeah.
Yes.
What?
Yeah,
wow.
I posted about it in the Discord.
Yeah, if you would read the messages.
Dude, today's been a little.
It's been crazy. It's been crazy.
Leighton, are you even a fan?
not of Tennessee, but wow,
I couldn't even keep up with all the messages.
Was it Sweet 16 and they fired her?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
I almost
crazy.
wonder if
They
she
have a
was like,
standard.
"You're going to have to fire me because I'm not quitting. You're going to go on record for firing me for taking the Sweet 16."
Yeah, they have a standard. I mean, the Sweet 16 is not good enough.
You know
But
the
that's a
problem
fan
most
base.
of them? They walked
Yeah.
into Reynolds with light blue on. That was the
Wow.
problem that day.
Yeah.
Razor, that
Well, maybe they should.
was
Maybe
so
they should. Maybe they should finally hire somebody outside of that doesn't always have to
The
be under
family.
the Pat Summitt legacy. You know, like
Yeah.
just find the best coach you can. Period. You know, like. But anyway, I'm not
They
going to
got
tell
money
Tennessee
too,
how to
so I
do
mean
their
that
job.
won't be an object.
Yeah, no, exactly. But yeah, that's crazy. Thank you for bringing that up, Razor. That's crazy.
that
So
other thing Razor said was also a great
so
experience.
yeah. So hey, y'all, let's jump on over some mailbag because we got a couple of mailbag questions in the chat I want to get to, and then one in our Discord as well. So let's jump on over. The first question here by Slam Dude: How tall is Mark Packer? He made Taylor seem short. Any of y'all know?
That's the first question. I have no idea. Let's look it up. Mark.
The not serious one.
I know he was a golfer at Clemson. That's about the only thing I know about Mark Packer.
Yeah.
I like him. I always
Mark
enjoyed listening to
Packer.
his program.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, he seems like, probably like a 5'11", 6-foot guy.
Yeah, probably.
like-
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. But anyway, while you confirm that, now a more serious question. Chris asking the question: how do you think that this run will affect future recruiting for the next 2 or 3 years? So kind of more round this as: is this a full transition of the program? Like, do you think that this is a way?
NIL.
I would say,
NIL.
yeah,
Yeah.
you have to seize the moment as the program and a fan base. Like, you have to. Just like we talked with football, they went on their run to end the season. You have to do the same thing now. There has never been a more critical moment in NC State's program's history right now than having 2 Hall of Fame coaches gone, and you are in the Final Four. You just beat them both in the ACC championship, and you just outdid them in the national championship. You have Kevin Keats can walk into any home right now and be like, I'm on level playing field.
Yeah.
But he has to have that. He has to get the fan support. He has to have it all behind him, and they have to market this, right? I know NC State has a really great PR team. They do it right. But you're going to get national level attention from recruits, high school, transfer portal. I even wonder, like, seeing things like the enrollment, like the applications coming to NC State. I had this thought, like, how much do applicants go up and increase to enter your school when you do well nationally in sports? Like,
well, think about what Colorado experienced with Prime. Their football program launched a bunch of things. I think you're going to see a tidal wave from this.
Yeah, and State's got the pedigree, right? The history. It's just now you don't have to look back 30, 40 years ago. You just did it, right? You're there right now.
And
This is now. This is not then. You don't have to bank on that. This is now. So.
And it's not even that, like, not even just the NIL, the worldwide or nationwide attention that State's getting. Like, you've got Barstool Sports doing pieces on us. You've got, like, Pat McAfee we were watching today talking about DJ Burns. It's like they've said it.
The Rich Eisen show had DJ Burns on too, right? So
yeah, but that interview was trash.
It was trash, dude. Yeah, so where'd the weight come from? Oh, really?
They're saying that.
Like, you know, if I was DJ Burns, I'd be like, where'd the bald head come from?
He goes, sir.
I know, he was so classy, but that's just the way DJ is, man.
Yep. Absolutely, y'all. So with that being said, we still got 2 questions we got to get to in the mailbag, but instead of us answering it, why don't we bring on our first guest here to talk a little bit more about that? And as the one, the only, the one,
Let's
the man,
go!
Lamar Horn.
Lamar.
What's going on,
Go
Lamar?
Pat.
Go Pat, baby. What's
Good
going
evening,
on?
everyone.
Good evening.
You doing all right?
I'm doing fabulous.
Good, man.
Thanks for having me.
Hey, the first thing I gotta say, man, I'm sure you've heard this all the time, but you look nothing like your son. I'll tell you that right now, man. Looking at you first, I'm like,
more
bro,
handsome. He's more handsome.
That's
Hey.
DJ Horn. Yeah,
Did
right
y'all
there.
make
Thank
it
you.
on
Thank
y'all's
you.
trip? DJ's brother told me that y'all had a long trip today.
Oh yeah, we just got in like maybe 10 minutes ago.
I'm glad
So
you're
tell everybody where you're
Yeah.
at. Tell everybody where you. So when you left Dallas, did you go east or did you go west?
We went east. We back in Cary.
Okay.
Hey, that's
Yes.
where I'm from. That's what me later from Cary. That's cool. That's awesome. Yeah.
Yes.
Love it. So, so Lamar, I've got one question here in the chat, which I want to kind of get your input on. But was yesterday the single best one day in NC State athletics history, in your opinion?
I can't think of anything other than the '83 championship run being anything greater. So to experience something like that on that level, I think it pales in comparisons. To actually be there and experience it was just magical.
Well, and so tell us a little bit about it. I mean, it's obviously going to probably pale in comparison to being inside an NFL stadium next week, which I want to kind of get your thoughts on, because I've heard feedback on watching a basketball game in a NFL stadium, but we'll get to that. But I mean, how was overall? I mean, like, everything in Dallas, watching the game. Tell us about the whole experience. How was it for you?
Wow. I was pretty pumped up. The fact that we were playing in the home of the Dallas Mavs, an NBA arena. Also, it dubs as a NHL arena for the Dallas Stars as well.
Mhm.
I was pretty pumped up because I always saw that arena on television. So to get in there and to take it all in, it's pretty amazing. Once you get that thing filled up, the game gets to going, and that place get rocking. It get very loud. Wolfpack Nation showed up and they showed out. So
Yeah.
it definitely made the whole overall experience. And also, my man Greg here, he's a boisterous fan. He's loud and proud. Wolfpack
Is he
Nation,
really?
He's loud and proud. Yes, he
No.
is.
He was on the. He was when he first hopped on. He was trying to say something for the first time, and he was like, his voice was all breaking. I was like, Greg, you sound terrible, man.
Yeah.
He said he's got
Yes,
2 more
indeed.
games in him, though.
I think we all got
Hey.
2 more in this, don't we, Lamar?
The tank is not empty, buddy.
That's
The tank is not empty.
Hey, I wanted to ask you a question because after the ACC championship, I had the pleasure of riding the Metro back with the Morcells, and they were just talking about folks that were reaching out to them. Because like I've gotten it too. We were talking over the weekend. We were just having a casual conversation, and I had people reach out to me that I haven't talked in 10, 15 years. Just somebody that maybe there's someone special that's reached out to you guys from this run or congratulating you, like just someone that maybe you'd like to shout out.
Wow. I would say someone that not necessarily reached out to me personally, but to my son, DJ, his former head coach from Arizona State, Bobby Hurley, sent some very kind, encouraging words. I thought that was very honorable of him to do that. Congratulating DJ, I think in a way that was special between player and coach. And hats off to Bobby Hurley, man, class act. And I appreciated him having that exchange with my son. And even though we took down his mighty Duke Blue Devils, hey, he was still encouraging and endorsing DJ to continue on his run.
Yeah, I would be willing to bet you'll probably maybe run into him this weekend with his brother coaching and it obviously being in Arizona. Yeah.
I'm sure we'll cross paths.
Yeah. So I wanted to ask you as well that, one of the things which is very interesting, and the team that you just played in the Duke Blue Devils is that there's a lot of talk right now between one and done teams and now with the transfer portal teams that are made of experienced guys with a common goal. And it was shared by multiple different sources that after NC State beat Duke in the AC tournament, that there was a lot of really pissed off, upset parents, things like that. That upset the coach, things like that. I mean, to me, that combined with what you have seen in terms of the on the court wins and losses, it just goes to show that I feel like that it's just that what you're seeing from NC State right now is like the ultimate, like, boom, there you go.
Yeah.
Like one and done is not the way. Experience, great people, great hard work. That's the way to go. It's period. Why do you say that? NC State 2024. Would you agree with that synopsis?
I truly do. And just to add on to what you just mentioned, I think hats off to Coach Kevin Keats and his staff for going out into the transfer portal and getting those experienced guys, hand selecting pieces of a puzzle that just fit together. We can look at our season and say we had a tale of 3 seasons, right? We were 5-1 in the opening part of the season. So I thought that was indicative of those pieces just coming together and just gelling at the beginning of the season. Then we saw things kind of manifested and kind of derailed. So we had to kind of redefine ourselves. And we changed. I think there was a lineup change where DJ came off ball, Michael O'Connell came on ball, and then we had to kind of, work through the kinks there. But I think that move, when the coaching staff made that move, I think that was the turning point to our season. So getting those experienced guys from the transfer portal, just hats off to the coaching staff for sticking to the process, where the fan base, they just blocked out the noise and say, hey, we're cooking up something here kind of special. We see the vision long term. It may not be manifesting at this point, but my golly, look at the transition that we've seen, right? I think me as a parent, I just kept encouraging my kid. If I ever came in contact with DJ Burns or Michael O'Connell, Ben Middlebrooks, I embraced those guys. I gave them words of encouragement to keep their heads lifted, and whatever I can do to keep the air light. And I'm so thankful to see these kids just never give up and turn their season around to what we're seeing now. Just unbelievable.
Yeah, and I guess, and I think my question to kind of help build on that is, because it's pretty amazing to, a lot of fans. I would say most anybody did not see this coming. I would say maybe a lot of people did, but like the way it's happening,
I
you
did.
get what I'm saying? But
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying? I don't think a lot of people did, and so I guess if there's a one thing you can put on this, like, what is the one thing that maybe has been the difference?
In your opinion?
Well, in your opinion, right? Just to capture
opinion,
that as a father's perspective, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I tell you, the conversations that I had with DJ, my kid, little DJ, they call him on the team, little
like
DJ. I tell him, and I would start my conversations the same. Coach Kevin Keats brought you here. Coach Joe Justice, he's had 1 year with you at Arizona State. They're looking for you to be an extension of the coach, be a leader in that locker room. They brought you here for a reason. And so those were the things I would always echo to him, and I just stood back and I just observed. So I kept the conversation consistent and as frequent as necessary, just to keep that tone, keep that heartbeat alive, if you will. Mm-hmm. And he just never gave up. He would always respond, I got you, Dad. I got you, Dad. And I would always look at his eyes, and I saw it. He never wavered. And for me personally, I think it starts with leadership. When you say veteran guys who have been in the trenches, that's proven just through experience, right? They know how to go out and win games, how to play all 40 minutes, fighting to the very end. When there's time on the clock, they're going to continue to fight. And I think maybe you have some freshmen that have that maturity about themselves, but that's few and far between.
Right.
I think when you have veteran guys and you have them in bulk, like DJ Burns, Casey Morcell, and then you throw in little DJ Horn, you got 3 guys that are battle tested.
Right.
Jaden Taylor, come on. Michael O'Connell. These guys have come from, Power 5 conferences and have played against Division I top talent.
Yeah.
So they come in with a whole host of experience and knowledge of the game. And I think that just, it kind of just keeps us steady, if you will. Yeah. When the water is turbulent, the calmness of those veteran guys in that locker room coming together. And not we me, we. And I think we all kind of see this unfolding. We've been seeing this for several weeks now,
Right.
unfolding, right before our very eyes.
And you're talking about the we factor. Like there's times when like I think State is at its best, and I think like most any great team when they're playing unselfishly, like they don't care if they get points. I don't think DJ, your son DJ is looking to get. If he gets 20 a night, great. If he gets 4 and 7 rebounds, okay, he contributed, but it doesn't have to be hell. Look at this right here. We got the whole party now.
Hey.
But no, I think about like it's a we thing when they're playing their best right now. It's when they're playing on self, and you can, to me, they're playing free, they're having fun, and I don't know. I still wonder, like, have they put it? They haven't had one game even yet where everything is clicking. They've done some things where the guys are providing and contribute every game, but I feel there's another level they can even get to, and it's amazing. It's amazing. So,
indeed.
Before I ask my question, I just want to say it's honestly so inspiring and amazing to see just how the guys, because knowing some of them, they haven't let.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I saw Senior get in there.
They didn't let any of the social media, nothing, tear them down, and seeing those fans out there that didn't believe in it. It's just a great turnaround. Both DJs have been a huge leader on this team, and I think it's amazing to see how they've brought this team together. So congrats to them. But my question is,
thank you.
How does DJ Horn feel about creating the tagline that will be on everything for years to come?
The Why Not Us comment.
Oh, you're talking about the Why Not Us?
It's right here. I'm wearing a t-shirt with it, right? So
like y'all could be making some NIL money off of that.
They are. They got a few dollars. I bought a couple shirts.
Hey, I think it's on brandtee.com.
Yeah,
Breaking Tea. Breaking Tea. I'm sorry. My bad. My apologies.
No,
we trying to get you paid, man. We trying to get you paid.
Hey, I think in the course of the game, I think he said that in the interview. Why not us? Because our season was unfolding and changing right before our very eyes during the ACC tournament. And I think that passion, that energy, and his ability to stay connected mentally, it flowed out of his mouth, and the rest is history.
That's right. So Dwight Burns Sr., what's going on, my man?
Nothing much. Trying to get back and get adjusted and get back to work.
I love it.
There you go.
I love that watch. Look at that watch right there.
Man.
I
know.
That was a sick watch right there.
Father's Day gift.
Hey, there we go. I love it.
Nice.
So Dwight, I want to bring you in the conversation here with a question that was actually asked in our Discord, which I think is a great one for you to answer, because I'm sure it will come off 100% non-biased, and that is, how will DJ Burns pair up against the great Zach Edey from Purdue, in your opinion?
Knowing my son, DJ is just going to play his brand of basketball. It doesn't matter if it's Zach Edey, whoever, and it's not a knock on nobody. I don't know Zach Edey by no means, but he's just.
He's back.
He's back.
He's going to follow the plan that Coach Keith set for the team, and he's going to try to execute it to the best of his ability.
I love it. Yeah, no, and Dwight, I'll ask you too. I mean, obviously DJ's become a national icon for sure. Talk to me from your side. I mean, how has it been from your side, seeing your son again talked about by Barstool, being the guy for Barstool, being talked to, from all these guys nationally, man.
Making commercials.
It's got to be an interesting thing for you, for sure. You're looking at him as your son, but then everybody else is looking at him as this icon.
America's
folk hero. He's a folk hero.
That's right.
It's been a very humbling experience. Just watching everything that he's put into the game, and even I was listening to you guys earlier talking about some of the comments and some of the things that people have said and not said this year. But one of the things that I think for DJ, the team, and all the rest of the guys on the team, and especially the coaches, they've done a great job of blocking that out and staying focused to what they were trying to accomplish right now. And that's what I've been excited about the most.
Yeah.
Hey, I saw a comment or a question, and I think it was Rusty that said it. Yeah, there you go. That's the one I wanted to ask too. As a parent, do these tight games stress you to the max? Because I know as fans, we live and die on every shot. But
I know.
and
The blood pressure and heart rate just
Yeah.
shoot through the roof.
Yeah, and I sat behind like sat in front of Casey's parents for a couple of games, and I can hear Mr. Morcell, Mike, go, "Come on, hey, come on," like get in there, So like how does that do for your guys' stress levels?
Hey,
Lamar,
Dwight, you can go first.
Oh,
I
Dwight?
go first.
It don't matter.
Yeah, I'll pass it. Go, you, Dwight.
For me,
Hold on. I like that. It's DJ assisting the DJ. Like, so
Let's
that's how
go.
we work outside, inside.
There you go. There you go.
Got you. It works for me. I would say for me, I don't get too stressed. I watch DJ warm up, and by the way he's warming up, I can tell if he's going to have the game he's supposed to have or not, or if he's going to have to make some adjustments to his game. So based on the way he warms up and based on the way I watch the way he's going to attack early, I can kind of get a feel for how his performance is going to be based on the way he's going to involve his teammates. So DJ is the type of kid that if it's not working for him, he wants to get the team involved so he can get it back to him, if that makes any sense.
And he's so good at not letting the stress show on. Like every time you put the camera on him, he's having the time of his life. There's a smile on his face at all times, and he's always over there hyping up the guys on the bench, hyping up the guys. So it's like he really is that leader that helps. I think he's definitely been a huge role in like the second half turnaround that the team has, because he never looks stressed or frustrated. And I think that's crazy. You don't see that on a lot of athletes.
He just wants to win, and he's not a kid that he don't have to score the most points. DJ is good not scoring any points. And I think that's one of the things Coach Keith talked about earlier in the season. He needed them to score more. But DJ's thing was, if I got a shot, as I'm making my move to make that shot, and I see DJ Horn cutting through the lane, or Casey cutting through the other side, or Mike at the 3-point line, and they done double team me, and he's wide open, he's got a better shot. Let's win this game. So.
Exactly.
I think to that point, right? That was very much on display during the Marquette game on Friday night, where they kept doubling, and I think DJ, or Big DJ, right, instead of Little DJ, as we established a few minutes ago. I think Big DJ had like 7 assists, 9 assists, something like that. It was good. So, look, those aren't his 2 points, but there's someone's 2 points or even 3 points to that point.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I'm curious here too. So I guess
the end result is what we're looking for. We got.
Yeah. So at what point in all of this did each of you realize and start to really realize this is something different about this run? This is special.
So Lamar, I'll let you go.
Sorry about that. My phone is ringing off the hook. I apologize.
No, you're good. I bet it is.
Mine is too.
Yeah. So I guess I'll repeat that. So I'll just say that yes, sir.
Yes,
sir. I don't think he can hear us.
Well,
then I'll go with you, Mr. Lamar. Like, at what point did you realize in all this? Like, what was the first point you're like, okay, this is something special going on right now?
Hey, I'll be brutally honest.
My phone is ringing off the hook.
You're good.
You got your brother. Hey, that Louisville game, opening night of the ACC tournament, where there was no DJ Horn. My family and I, we were still there. We support the team. My son is still part of the team. So we were there in support of the team. And to see those guys battle and fight the way they fought in that game, to be down 12 and to rally back. I saw a bunch of guys fighting for their brother who was down, right? To say, we're giving you another day of rest, but we're going to need you to be back next game, right? And those guys fought, and we were down one of our key players, right?
Right.
So that's when I personally, when you're not 100% and you go out and get a victory anyway, that tells me the identity of that team, the grit, the fight that each one of those guys had to say, hey, we're going to live another day. We're going to continue to fight another day. And then we're going to be 100% come tomorrow. And again, from there, the rest is history. We saw how the trajectory and how everything was trending as a result of that Louisville game. So that was the turning point for me personally.
Sure.
was
Oh,
that
wow.
game.
You got fireworks going on in the background.
What happened there?
Ooh.
What was that?
How did that?
I have
Oh, that was
I have
awesome.
no idea, but you must have said something real good.
Yeah. Hey, let's keep it going, right?
The
Hey,
artificial intelligence liked it, I guess. So
Right.
Lamar,
Yeah.
like it's funny you say that because
That's
you
weird.
know people forget that because this run has been so chaotic and crazy. People like I totally forgot that little DJ did not play in that game, and
He did.
like you know, and so it's just so you think about all these things, right? Like little DJ doesn't play, the O'Connell shot, like there's just it's insane.
gosh.
Yeah. And that was the first night you and I really talked for the first time. And I just, you know, you didn't know
Yeah.
me from Adam. And I was just like, hey, like I reached out and said, like, how's DJ feeling? Because I didn't even care if he played. It's like I'm more important about the health of your son. And
Right.
you're like, I think he can go tomorrow. I like, you know, and then
Mhm.
you know, you weren't even sure. And then he shows up
I
on
wasn't.
Syracuse Day and just has a
Oh,
great game. I mean, like a great game. And the commentators are like, oh, it doesn't look even like he's hurt. And yeah, so that
And
was
it's
By the way, I appreciate meeting you that day because you just a breath of fresh air, man. You are a super fan. You rally everyone together
Yeah, I
for the
appreciate that.
common goal. And I know you guys on the panel all know this guy, but I've met him during the ACC tournament, and
Mhm.
we've been hanging out ever since, right?
Hey, we had to
Yeah.
dap up every
Hey,
game. We
great
had to dap
guy.
up and hug every game.
Yeah,
Man. You got to keep
I
the
like to-
Every
routine.
game.
I like
Yeah,
to pick
I
on
actually-
Greg. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
You know, I got interviewed today by the Observer paper, and I mentioned that that very thing. I said, like, I got routines with the family. I just like hug
Right.
and you know see Mama Burns and see Senior, and you got to keep the mojo going, whatever it is. You know, I did the
Right.
stupid selfies on the metro every day, like whatever it takes, you
Whatever it
make it
takes.
happen. But
Yeah,
real quick,
big
I want
on-
to piggyback off something you said. You mentioned about embracing other players, and I want everyone to know that that's not just talk, Lamar. Because remember Saturday, you were wearing an Alex Nunley T-shirt and just
was.
walking around the hotel. So you guys truly, you know, support each of the kids, whether if they're, you know, the star player or the 12th walk-on. I know that's a little hyperbole, but I just wanted to let everyone know that that's real talk.
Yeah. To give you a little backstory on Alex Nunley, I
Yeah.
used to be his Pop Warner coach in the fourth grade.
Mm.
So him and DJ been knowing each other ever since elementary school. So how ironic, they were once teammates in their youth. Now college athletes, they're teammates again in a different sport. But nonetheless, they're back together again as brothers. And for me, when John reached in his bag and he gave me an Alex Nunley shirt, I wear it proudly because he's a member of that basketball team. And no one is bigger or better than the next guy, right? They're all a unit, they're a team. And my wife have a shirt, she's worn her shirt as well. And so did Alex. Parents wear our shirts that we gave them for DJ. So we're a family, man. We're a family. And it shows, and these guys are a connected group. Again, there's no I in team, and they're embracing and embodying that concept.
Yeah, I witnessed that this weekend. This was my first time meeting both of y'all, and I loved it. But just seeing how y'all are just as with the fans as they are with you is just amazing. There's not a lot of families that are like that. A lot of families think, hey,
Right.
my son's the top dog. We're gonna act like the top dog. But y'all, the way that y'all just embraced Wolfpack Nation, like you
Right.
don't understand how that feels to us. Like I've been a State fan my whole life, and so like meeting the parents of some of my favorite players is definitely a huge thing. So I want y'all to know y'all have a really big part in Wolfpack Nation's heart.
Hey, I'll tell you, it's amazing to have the opportunity to be a part of Wolfpack Nation. Most parents, if not all the parents on this team, we seem to understand that, right? And no one is, you know, are above reproach. So we just all connect, we all laugh, you know, we cry together, but we all come together at the end of the day because we know that when the kids see a connected parent front, they remain connected on the team front.
Yep. Absolutely. And Dwight, I want to bring you back in now to the conversation, if that's okay with you. And you know, the biggest thing which I love is your energy on the sidelines is easily noticed for sure.
Him and Dave Doran
that's
going
right,
at
baby.
together.
That's right, baby. Let's go. And I mean, so have you always been that way, or would you say that your energy has bumped up a level, with as the run has progressed?
We've been that way. That is something that we started when DJ was 12 years old. And I don't do it as much, but I used to say, go get him. And, when I tell him to go get him, he goes and get him. So I did say that a lot on Saturday, the other night, because I knew that he had an opportunity to make an impact in that game, and there were some opportunities for him to actually just go ahead and take it to those guys. So I was definitely
and that's one thing I think about with both DJs. Both of them have this. I mean, it's a killer instinct, right?
Yeah,
it's a killer instinct. Both of them do, and I mean, I feel like Michael O'Connell's starting to get some of that now. I mean, with some of the shots he's making, but it's like, I'm just kind of I guess from both of you, like, has that been something you've watched developed? Have they just kind of always had that? When did you start noticing that? Because there's some guys. I mean, like, there's sometimes I can take one shot when I can see. I mean, I get a DJ Horn. He's like little DJ, and he's hitting some threes. I know he had one. He was coming off of the elbow, and he hit by the three. And I was like, I kind of leaned back. I was like, I don't know if this is going in. And it went in. I was like, oh man, that was a big shot. And then, but really, the shot he also makes is too. He makes that running floater he likes to make sometimes.
That's a thing of beauty.
I'm telling you what, the floater is about one of the best looking shots in the game, man. And he hits that, and I'm like, whoo, that is pretty.
Well, it's 1-in-1 alpha. It's either big DJ doing the spin move, got him on that hip.
Well, I wanted to say the floater is the sexiest shot in the game. I mean,
I'm old school. I like the jump hook by big DJ.
But then I was going to go back too. But then you can tell it. There was a possession. I can't remember which game it was. It might have been against Oakland, and it was O'Connell feeding DJ Burns into the post, and DJ kicked it back out to him. Logan gave it right back to him. DJ kicked it out, and he had one more hit. He was like, no, you go get this. But then DJ, like, you can tell when he wants to go get it, it's like there is nobody stopping him unless he just misses, right? So I guess I'm going to answer that, go back to full circle that question. When did that killer instinct for both your sons start? Like, has it always been there? Has it just grown, or is it just something they've done recently? I mean, where's that come from?
Well, before they answer, Lamar's a Marine, so I know where.
Okay, well then let's go to Mr. Senior then, because we all know the answer to that one.
That's in the blood of the Lamar family.
Yeah,
I would say for me it started when I was coaching him in rec league. I would say that the worst thing that any father could do is coach your own son when they're that young, because you have an expectation on them because they're yours. And I would always tell them, man, you can give me more. You can give me more than you're giving me. So you're taller. Don't worry about what these people, he's tall, he's this, he's that. Go get him. And when he got to that point where he understood what I was saying to him, because you can't let people put limits on you because you were blessed with some height or somebody. So I would say that was when he understood what I was telling him then. And when I'm saying go get him, I'm not saying go out here and do nothing to hurt somebody. I'm just saying you have the ability to take this kid to the hole and go score an easy basket. Go get it.
Yeah. Got a fan here real quick, Mr. Horn, saying thank you for your service. And yes, thank you for your service, Mr. Horn. We appreciate your service, man. Go ahead, Ken.
Quite welcome.
I have a question for Burns. How does DJ feel whenever he gets the ball and the place just goes absolutely insane? Like, does he notice that? Does he hear it? Or is it just like he's in his game mode and he doesn't hear it until afterwards?
We had a conversation about that a couple weeks ago.
Because it's every time he touches
it was that Oakland game that Bacon was referring to.
That's the game we were talking. That's when we had that conversation. And I don't think he heard it at first because he was trying to. If y'all have noticed, he puts his hand over his ear because he's trying to get instructions, because he's trying to make sure that he's doing what coach is telling him to do. But at the same time, it's hard not to hear it.
Well, it always sounds like he wants to hear more of the crowd, right?
He's actually
he's a showman. He's a showman, is what he is, right?
I'm joking. If we want to call it that, but I think he's trying. From what he tells me, he's trying to get the instructions from coach. But he's definitely been honest about the fact that it does give him. He feeds off it, if that makes any sense.
So Lamar, let me ask you this question on like, kind of as a third party view of it per se. Obviously you've spent a lot of time on Twitter and on seeing what comments have been said from the UNC and Duke side, etc. And there's a lot of people saying that when they look at DJ Burns' style, where it's way more physicality than your typical what you see in today's age in basketball. Like, a lot of people saying, that's not basketball. That's not the way to play. Like, that wouldn't work at the NBA level. What would your, kind of pushback to that be? Because, I think we can agree that, yeah, there's not many players that play like DJ, but give me your thoughts on the side of it.
Just when trying to condense this down, when we knew that NC State was an option, I was leaping for joy because he's the retro, old school, back to the basket big who has
They've talked about
girth to his body, right? I'll soon be 50 next month. So I grew up watching, Bill Laimbeer, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar for the Lakers, Karl Malone. Those are your prototypical old school back to the basket. David Robinson, right? So Elijah Wan, right? Those names, right? I grew up watching those bigs. So when you see a kid like DJ Burns emulating those type bigs, I love it because it gives us a fundamentally sound, proven big with great footwork, feathery touch. He is battle tested and highly effective. I was beeping for joy because it goes without saying. He is uber talented and he's efficient, right? And we see this on display when it's time for the big fella to show up. He shows up and he shows out time in, time out. So that's my 2 cents on it. Absolutely love the kid. I'm so ecstatic that we're here. And I think the two DJs feed off each other. Absolutely. But if I may, Michael O'Connell and DJ played against each other in the Pac-12.
Stanford.
I was waiting for the Michael O'Connell that I saw show up. This kid is very intelligent. I talked to his dad, Tim. We were both saying this. Hey, when is the MOC going to show up that we know he can be? And when he hit that shot against Virginia, give that kid his credit because that extended our season, right? So
someone had to take it.
Someone had to take it, and he had the gonads to take it, and he made it. And so when we look at this team, we look at these players, we got to go back to that puzzle piece. And hats off to that coaching staff for assembling the right pieces to make it all work. And it just took a little bit of time for everybody to figure out their roles and buy into them. Once that was accomplished, now we're seeing the greatness of that, that maturation process. So
hey, Lamar,
I hope that all makes sense.
Hey, Lamar, what did I tell you after MOC, as we are now going to affectionately call him?
Oh, yeah.
After he hit that shot, what did I tell you? Remember what I told you?
We're back, baby. We're back.
And I told you, I said, go ahead and put our name on that trophy.
We're back. Indeed. And you called it early and you never wavered. You never wavered. I had my doubts. I'm probably like maybe 80, 90% of the fan base. I had my doubts, but I was never giving up.
Oh, yeah.
I was never giving up. I had a positive attitude all the way through, and I knew that if you guys just stayed the course, something great was going to happen. And by golly, we're witnessing it.
Yeah.
Amen.
So I'm curious here real quick. So, did either one of y'all play basketball? Like, how did your sons get into this kind of skill? Did they learn from Pops or what happened?
I played in high
school. He didn't get it from me.
But he didn't get my skills because I'm a football player by trade, but I played high school basketball.
So then as a side note, then a little detour, what do you think, you played football, what do you think about these side rumor conversations about, is DJ Burns interested in football? Have you heard of that? What's your thoughts on that? I'm curious.
I've actually, so I live in football town, USA, which is Rock Hill, South Carolina.
Oh yeah.
A lot of professionals from here, and I've had a couple of those fellas that have reached out and, hey man, I talked to the GM. I'm like, dude, I have no say in that.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I can't tell you nothing about DJ playing football anymore. I can only tell you that in the 8th grade, I can remember driving into the stadium up at Clover High School, and he was playing 8th grade football back then, and
there you go.
Back. You back?
Okay.
You're muted. I can't hear you.
Or
hold on.
Not yet.
Can't hear you.
You're muted.
Hold
He's
on.
just going. He's just
No. Darn.
Can't hear you.
Yeah.
Sorry, Dwight. But hey, yeah, I think we're texting right now. We'll get him to jump out and jump back in here.
Yeah, he's gonna jump back in.
But yeah, so you didn't play basketball, Mr. Lamar. You didn't do that?
Well, I played in high school. I played up until my 11th grade year, but I was a track and field athlete. And I excelled in track. And
athlete.
Growing up in Florida, it's conducive weather, year-round training. It seldom gets cold, but yeah, that was my sport my claim to fame, if you will, track and field.
Where in Florida are you from? We didn't talk about this.
Jacksonville originally.
Okay. All right, cool. Yeah, I'm a Tampa guy, so all good.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Cool.
Dwight, you got us?
In the South. You back?
Oh, no. Hey, Dwight, jump back out and come back in again. And hopefully that should work. Appreciate you. So Lamar, I want to ask kind of a more serious question that I want to kind of get, see if, Dwight has anything to add here. But, one of the biggest conversations that's come up as of recently is the talk about obviously what's come up in North Carolina, which is sports betting. And one of the biggest topics right now is talking about, should there be prop bets allowed for college athletes, so betting on, the amount of points that players get or rebounds or assists or 3-pointers, whatever, obviously, you and Dwight have been around college basketball for quite some time. So, I mean, what's your thoughts? I mean, I think it's, what's your thoughts? I'll just open up to you. I really am kind of no way one or the other.
I'm personally against it. I think it tarnishes the sport and it drives it just disrupt the true essence of the sport in my opinion.
Yeah.
The players shouldn't have no involvement at all. Because we're allowing history to repeat itself in a negative way. Betting from a religious standpoint, I don't even get myself involved in it. And I've encouraged my kids I have 3 adult children, not to even get involved in it. It's a one-way course, in my opinion.
Yeah. Dwight, do you have anything more about, your thoughts on whether prop betting should be allowed in the college landscape?
Oh, I'm totally against it as well. It just doesn't have a place in the form, and for kids who come from a bad situation, it could force them to think that they could use or go bet on a game and maybe bet against themselves on a game. If that makes any sense, and no one wants to see that. That just corrupts the game. So I'm totally against it.
I had one more question, and we're gonna let you go here. Before I jump my question, Lamar, I see you still got your courtside bracelet on, man. That's freaking awesome.
You see it?
Yeah, man.
I'm not getting it's on my hand. I'm going to keep it, man.
I like
it's not coming off.
I like it. I like it.
I respect it.
All right, so my last question, and we as a channel are very pro NIL, and we're always trying to making sure that these guys are taken care of. And we had some talks with both of you. Just give me your thoughts on the importance of NIL for not only your children, but athletes in general, and what kind of difference that helps make for them.
Right. Dwight, you want to go first?
You want to go first? Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go first. I would say that I look back when I was playing college football at South Carolina State, and when the cafeteria closes and you want something to eat, or you got some things that you need to take care of for yourself that your parents may not be able to take care of. I think that for both of our kids' situation, I don't think that's the case. And for a lot of our kids' the situation, that's not the case. But some kids still have those obstacles is what I call them. So I think that NIL gives those kids an opportunity to benefit from their name, image, and likeness, if that makes any sense. And I'm for it.
Absolutely.
Right. Just to piggyback off Dwight's comment there, I'm old school, and I'm for it. I'm pro NIL myself, especially when you get a kid who's 22, 23 years of age who returns back to school for a fifth year. It's looked at as employment, right? You're earning some serious cash in most cases, right? Um, and for me personally, I would say it benefits the kid who, for lack of a better term, may not have that opportunity a year from now, right? So maximize those opportunities at the college level, so that way the kid leaves school with some dollars in his pocket rather than debts. And with proper money management, and I think that's the other piece to this, right?
For sure.
The more money you get, I think the more education you need. But it has to be a balanced view of this, because a lot of these kids don't understand IRS. They think, hey, you're
You
getting all
got
this money.
NIL equals IRS.
Absolutely.
It does. So
It
these
does.
kids have to be informed.
Yeah.
They have to be willing participants to listen to the information. And I think
Yeah.
a lot of the universities, they have a committee and a program in place to educate these young men and women who are receiving these handsome bags of money, purses, if you will, and how to manage that, how to invest, how to pay the taxes on those dollars. So I'm pro NIL, thankful for it, because prior to this, my son wasn't receiving NIL.
Right. So let me ask one more serious, and I'll ask one more one quick fun one, and we'll let you go. But so the other thing which I say, and when NIL first came out, this was kind of the question mark for me, was that, one of the biggest things that you even talked about, senior as well, about, pressure, on kids, when they're, at the young stage, playing Pop Warner, things like that. And used to and even still as well, you say, well, again, like, just parents need to not put so much stress on kids at such a young age, when they should just be focusing on enjoying the game. But now you kind of say, well, now you're changing that tone a little bit, being like, now that you're seeing 16, 17-year-old kids getting offered 7-figure NIL contracts, supposedly. I know that that's that's a blank statement there. But do you think that now that makes those Pop Warner games a little bit more important now? Because, like, hey, now in 5 or 6 years, or 8 years, give or take, you could be getting offered 7-figure deals instead of 10, 12 years from now, if that makes sense. Does that make sense, senior?
Yes. For me, I think it's on an individual basis. And it depends on a lot of different scenarios, if that makes any sense. Me and my wife have a running standard that we've had in our home from the day he picked up a ball until yesterday, if that makes any sense. DJ knows that if he decided yesterday that was his last time playing basketball, it's okay with me and his mom, because we're not living through him by no means. He has not had any pressure on him from day one to take care of our family. He won't have any, situations where tomorrow he's going to have to take care of the family. But for some kids, it does exist. So I agree with what you're saying from that standpoint. That now you got a 16-year-old out here that's being told, man, you got to go get it, because you got to get us out of this situation. So it has a lot of different standards, and it means a lot different to some parents than it does others.
Definitely. Mari, anything you'd add to that?
I agree what Senior said there wholeheartedly. Not every kid's circumstances are identical. We're all unique, and their needs are unique. And so where a kid needs to be compensated because he has the weight of the world on his shoulders may be different for a kid like DJ Burns Jr. or DJ Horn, because they got both mom and dad in place, and those financial obstacles don't exist. Again, I do it for the love of my family, and it was never to live vicariously through anything my kid achieved. But I'm so tremendously proud to be able to witness all of his sports achievements, academic achievements. It just, as a dad, I mean, and seeing you probably know, it makes us smile, makes our heart warm.
It's
It
humbling.
makes us feel like we did something right.
It's
And
humbling.
Well, you
for
did.
that, yeah,
You did.
indeed.
100%.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that,
Yeah,
everyone.
thank you guys.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm telling y'all, you know, I'm sure you probably can't see our comments, but there's so many comments in here talking about how, I mean, you guys both raised great young men that are humble, even in a moment where, I mean, they could easily say, yeah, that's right. You know, take that. Like, y'all doubt us. What now? No, it's like, no,
Right.
it's like,
No.
no, hey,
Right.
listen, you count us out. That sounds good to me. Let's watch
Like-
us do work.
Like the video from
So-
last night, they were the two that stopped first to sign autographs. Like DJ
Yeah.
Horn and Burns got off of the bus and went straight to the fans, and it's like
Right.
you don't see that a lot. So
And
I
Burns-
guarantee you, the
and-
kids are definitely in love with your sons.
And then
Yeah.
Burns going to take pictures with security staff, senior. I mean,
I
that's a
saw
good, that's a
that.
good boy right
Oh,
there.
yeah.
You took that right out of my mouth. I've always prided myself and my wife, we've always prided ourselves because we're civil service, if that makes any sense.
You're
We're-
dang
we're
right.
We're servants of the community, and we recognize that the community has to come first. We
Oh.
raised our children to be community servants. So for me, I think there's been plenty of nights in the past 2 years where me and my wife know we got to drive back to Rock Hill that night. And Greg, you could attest to this.
Yes, sir.
We'll stand up there because we want to make sure that DJ always understands if one person paid 50 cents to watch you play a game, you honor that person. And you show that person the respect. So when he came out last night, I was watching that video in the airport today of him with the security guards. And then I listened to DJ say, man, where's the locker room? And me and my wife just bust out laughing because he has his mother's personality. My wife is a people person. She's an assistant
She's a
principal.
doll. She's a
She
saint.
loves children. She loves people. I mean, I can just think back to how many kids have been around the houses. Oh my God. Just trying to be an example of how normalcy should look like.
I love it.
What a normal family should be. So
If I can just give you a humble brag, there's been times when we've talked after a game, whether it was a win or a loss, DJ was still there signing, and you stay there until he signs that lost autograph. And we've walked out a couple of times from PNC and just, had a moment and talked. And yeah, you guys, I've told everyone, you guys, everyone on this team is the real deal. There are no fakes. They've earned everything that's come their way.
Amen.
Absolutely.
So now that we probably got some viewers here, one tear or two crawling down their face, which I mean you're hitting it home right here, senior. I'll tell you that. So one question which Jason Santiago asked, which I'll ask to both of y'all, is if there was a game of horse between you and your son, do either of y'all think you could take your son on in a game of horse?
Mr. Horn, I'm gonna defer.
Hey, I would at least try. I would try, but I'm pretty sure I would lose. I would lose.
Okay.
Sure.
I'd say about 15, maybe 20 years ago, I probably could.
Right.
But when I watch him hitting up against some of these dudes' chests, I don't think the old chest would take it anymore.
Yeah.
So he probably could
He knocked
get me where
he
he wants me
knocked
to do what he
Breon
gotta do.
laying down. He
I
knocked
saw
Breon
that,
down
but I was
last
like,
minute.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
So yeah, I
Well,
don't think the old chest would hold up when he hit me like when he bumped into me and do it.
All right, hey,
I think I'd take an L.
one thing we're gonna let you go after this, but give me each just what do you want to say to Wolfpack Nation as we get ready to go to the Final Four, and we're closing on that.
I love it.
I'll go first. I'd say
We'll go first. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'll go first because I've been here for 2 years, and I would encourage Wolfpack.
Hold on, rank. I like it.
So there.
No, not like that. Not like
No,
that.
I know. I'm joking.
Not like that.
That was funny.
We love
But I
you.
would say the one thing I would say is that be patient with Coach Keats. Coach Keats has been a man that me and my wife was just talking about that with an interview we did earlier today. Everything that Coach Keats said to my family and to my son, he has delivered on in these past 2 years. And I know it hasn't always looked the way Wolfpack Nation wanted it to look, but you guys got to remember that we brought on 8 new players this year.
Yep.
Thank you. Preach.
And that
I've been saying that.
Oh,
there
he's
we go.
back.
He's back.
No,
Do it again. Do it again.
Yeah.
Go out, come back. Go out, come back. Go out, come back. Go out and come back. Yeah, go out and come back.
All right, Lamar.
Because
He was crushing it.
preaching. So keep it going, Lamar. What you got for us?
Hey, truly appreciative. You brought my kid home. Wolfpack Nation, I'm indebted to you guys. And all I ever wanted was this kid to come home and just be everything he has done, for Wolfpack Nation. He told me in his reason for coming back, I want to win an ACC title. I want to win a national title. And I'm like, okay, that's a tall order, but I'm so gracious and thankful that he even had the opportunity to be on this platform to deliver what he's been able to contribute with his teammates to give back to Wolfpack Nation.
Yeah.
Truly thankful.
Senior, we got you again. Go ahead and continue, my friend. You're preaching. Oh no, come back. We got you again.
I messed up again, man.
I'm telling you, man, his phone blowing up, man. He's famous.
Yeah.
He's famous. Well, Lamar.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say I was gonna let Lamar go, and if Senior jumps back in, but Lamar, I really do appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. Appreciate your time.
It was
and
great.
all of us, all of us here on the show, we'll see you in Phoenix.
I hope to get to meet you. That'd be awesome. Yeah, that'd be great. So,
hey, I'll introduce you. I'll introduce you.
There you go.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Hey, Lamar, thank you so much for taking our text earlier today and making time for us. We really appreciate you.
No problem at all, my friend. You guys be blessed. Go Wolfpack Nation.
That's right. Love it. Dwight, you got us again, my man?
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. My phone has just been nonstop, so I do apologize.
Celebrity.
No.
That's humble right there.
No. I told a lady yesterday, she said, how does it feel that you're recognizable now? And I'm like, ma'am, I don't play for the Wolfpack. I'm a supporter of the Wolfpack. I said I am a fan.
I keep that bench, that seat nice and warm where I'm at.
I am a fan. So treat me like a fan. Don't give me any praise. All praise belongs to Coach Keats and those kids. So
you were saying about Coach Keats. Go ahead and finish that thought.
But yeah, I just wanted to say that I know that it's been tough, and I know that it's had a certain look to it. But the same thing that happened last year when that team was put together last year. It took some time to get to where they got to, but they got there. And even though we may not have gotten there during the regular season this year, Coach Keats and that staff never gave up, and those kids never gave up. And the result is what we're seeing now. They had to tweak some things, just like they did last year. DJ went to North Carolina State, had never sit on the bench really like that. But when he got there, he had to play behind Dusan until Coach figured it. And I hate what happened with Dusan with a passion, because I felt like both of them together would have been special.
Yes.
But God had a plan, just like God has a plan now. But Coach can really coach. I during these tournaments, being closer to him than we have been before, you can really see what he's doing. You can see how he juggles the pieces. I've even seen him juggle my son, and sometimes you have to pull him out sometimes because he get a little winded or whatever's going on. But sometimes you can leave him in there longer. So
or it gets a little hype.
Yeah, if it gets a little hype. So, but
he's over there doing this right here. He's over there doing this right
here. Yeah, he's out there bopping his head. They got to get him out of there. Get him where the head ain't bopping. You can stay focused. So
that's right.
I would say to Wolfpack Nation, be patient. You got a good coach. He's got a really good coaching staff. What he's done in 2 years is taking time, but look at the end results of when you allow those guys to figure it out and get the right combination. I'll tell you, I've been telling I've been telling Mike's daddy since the day I met him, Mike's the glue.
Mm-hmm.
And if you ask him that today, he would tell you, Mr. Burns has been telling me that since I met him, because Mike is, in my opinion, is a true point guard.
Mm-hmm.
He knows how to settle those guys down on the floor. Mm-hmm. He knows how to make that right pass.
Cool, calm, and collected.
And now that Mike has shown us that he can shoot that ball, oh my goodness, sky's the limit.
Yeah.
Amen.
But that's my message to Pack Nation. For the one, and I'm not going to use DJ's phrase, but for the ones that have been patient, thank y'all, and for the ones that are now getting back patient, if that makes any sense, and can see the fruits of the labor, stay with those guys. They need y'all. They need y'all support. They've done something that only the Lord, in my opinion, because I am a Christian man, I'm a deacon, so These kids and this coaching staff have done something that only the Lord could have done. And only the Lord and the patience from Pack Nation is going to take Pack Nation further than it's ever been before from this point on. So
couldn't agree more.
Awesome.
Well, Senior, I appreciate your time. Thank you so much. It really was a true honor to have you on, and you and Lamar were absolutely phenomenal. You are always a welcome friend here at NC State, always a true loved member of Wolfpack Nation, and we thank you and your family so much for deciding to come be a part of the Red and White, and we look forward to seeing you in Phoenix.
Let's
win a national championship. Let's go win a national championship.
Hey, Senior, thank you so much. I know you guys have been so busy with everything, so thank you for making time for us. We really appreciate you.
Listen, thank you for the invite. Always show up when Greg calls. He's like E.F. Hutton. Everybody listens. So appreciate the invite, Greg.
Appreciate you, buddy. We'll see you, Phoenix.
All right.
We'll see.
God bless you.
Oh man, y'all. I mean, where do we go from here, y'all? I mean,
we end the show.
I mean, that's pretty much about it. So I really do hope everybody enjoyed that as much as we did. So much phenomenal stuff said there. Touched on so many things. I will be heads up that we will be having other shows here this week. We are planning on either Thursday or Friday night. We'll have a show live from Phoenix. Not one that people can attend in person necessarily, unless there's just an overwhelming.
Hey, maybe we'll just do it in the lobby of the team hotel.
Maybe we should. Maybe that's not. You know what? That is not a bad idea there, my friend. That is not a bad. We can do it Giglio Ovi style. Just see who comes up. We can have a hot mic. Ooh, that's good too. We'll see what we can do. All right, Wolfpack Nation. But yeah, so again, we haven't gotten to lie here today, obviously, as we had to talk to the man, the myth, the legends themselves, and Lamar.
Them. Right? Sorry.
Yeah. You too.
But
you
but
too.
all three of you guys. All three of you guys.
That's right.
I'm definitely the third wheel of those two.
That's right. But Ken's just to kind of give I'm going to kind of give everybody an opportunity here. Ken's, any thoughts, questions, really grinds my gears, whatever you got that you want to touch on here real quick before we wrap this up.
I'm just excited. I'm excited to be in Phoenix. I'm excited to keep it rolling. I really not from a bias standpoint, but I don't see this team being able to be stopped. I think that they're working together perfectly. I think that when one guy isn't having a night, he's still taking those rebounds, making that defense, and doing all the right things so the other guys can have a great night. And I think Wolfpack Nation is gonna, in Dallas, the amount of State fans, insane. So I feel like it's gonna be even more in Arizona, and I can't wait to see it.
Oh, I know so many people who didn't go to Dallas or Pittsburgh that are like, I'm going. I got family going. So yeah, Greg. Yeah. I was one of those people, Greg. I got back, but I'm making it happen this time. No, I will say McKinsey.
Go ahead.
Yeah. I was going to say McKinsey. I was even thinking today, I was like, I literally thought that I was like, dang, McKinsey was right. She just keeps picking us to win the whole thing every time. And at some point,
nobody listens to me. Everybody was doubting but me.
I literally thought,
that's what grinds my gears.
I was like, yeah. You would really grind my gears. It's the rest of this puppy talk team.
Everybody laughed at me when I said we were going to win it all. Every one of them.
I literally thought I was walking through work in the plant between our R&D lab and the plant. I was like, I'll tell you what, man, McKinsey got it right. I'll get it right. So
I'm part of that 1.43% that has them winning it in the bracket.
Yeah. I love it. Yeah, no, but real quick though, and Megan, I'll let you do as well. But yeah, again, shout out to the women's team. I know we're talking a lot, obviously, about the men because we had two of the dads on. But again,
I might try to go. I got a couple moms I can maybe reach out to for women, so we'll see. Maybe we can get something going for them too because they deserve it.
But also how the men have just honestly, again, the improbability of it, right? That's what also is deserving a little. I mean, in my mind, a little bit more deserving attention. But the women, to me, I also think like 2 Final Fours in Raleigh. There are 3 new trophies in Raleigh right now. There's the NC State Men's Championship and 2 Final Four trophies. There's going to be
both bring home a national championship.
Yeah.
Raleigh may burn to the ground.
I'm telling you, and I'm doing a belly flop off the bell tower. Swear to God, I will.
Don't do that.
And that'll be the last.
I fell 10 feet and I broke a leg. I can only imagine what happens from the bell tower.
I will.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm thinking like 3 banners, right?
Yeah.
2 went to 2 Final Four banners and an ACC championship and 3 trophies.
Mm-hmm.
And
we're gonna have to build a whole.
In a matter of 3 weeks now.
3 weeks.
You've got 6 new things
And we were
And it's
5 minutes
amazing.
away from having an ACC women's championship too. Like,
Yeah.
Do you know what though? It's okay.
it's okay. You bigger
I'd rather
prize.
have it like
Bigger prize.
They've
those
won.
fans-
They have a three-peat. The men's program doesn't, right?
like
So
those fans down the street say, I'd rather win an Addy than an ACC.
That's right. That's right. We're not becoming them
know.
though.
this is pretty
We're going
sweet
back.
right here.
Well,
So
that's
It brings out your eyes, Macon.
yeah,
that's right, and we'll definitely talk about that more too, because I definitely have some thoughts about that as well. But yeah, no. So yeah, we'll definitely reach out to Greta and some of the moms for sure, and definitely have them on. So just make sure to stay tuned, y'all. As again, we will have plenty of live shows this week as we preview and enjoy again this amazing run we're currently on right now, y'all. So to make sure you do not miss out on that, and to make sure you're notified on that, make sure you hit that subscribe button, y'all. Hit that notification bells. We are over 9,200 subscribers. We are well on the way to 10,000, and which would be a phenomenal goal. And we'll definitely need to do something special, Greg. We need to like promise something crazy if we had 10,000 subscribers, man. Like,
Yeah,
so
I
we'll,
did
we'll
promise.
think
for when-
about it.
And I told Dave Doran last night, and he dapped me up for it. If we get 10,000 subscribers by the spring game, he says we'll win an ACC championship. Talked to him last night at the game, and he said I love it and dapped me up. So
mission
get to it.
on. Yeah.
Get to
I
it.
love it. I love it. Macon, any final thoughts here, my man?
Let's just go win. Actually, let's go win the whole thing. Let's go win the whole
Mhm.
thing. Why?
Let's do it.
Why not us?
Why not
like
us?
it is magical what's happening right now,
It is.
and the parallels to what 83 was in this now. We had to beat UVA twice. We beat Duke twice.
Mm-hmm.
We had to go up against a Ralph Sampson, who is 7'4". We're going to have to go.
We're
up
not
against
gonna. We're not
7'4" Zach
going
Edey.
to compare Filipowski to Ralph Sampson right now.
No, I'm not. I'm talking Edie.
Zach
I'm talking Edie.
Okay,
Yeah.
I got you.
No one's talking about Filipowski. That dude. So
No,
it's funny.
no.
We were watching the game, and when me and my brother were all into it, Amos was going Jag, Jag, like all these guys. And my
I can
dad,
see
like
Amos saying
he
that.
was like, he's going, "You're a Jag." But he was like, my dad was like, when he watches the game, he's like this. He's transcends. When Filipowski found out, he got lit up. He was like, "He's gone. He's out of here. See you later." It was awesome.
That's what I'm happy for, is like all those fans, right? Just having their moments. And real quick, I'm sorry, you finished with your last thought.
No, it's just magical, man. I mean, it's storyline. Houston and UConn is every bit as formidable and as sure thing as Houston was, right?
Yep.
I'm not saying it, but like, even if we don't win another game, what this team has done is, I mean, Jay Billis.
No,
Jay
we've come too far. We've come too far.
I know. But my point is, though, it's like Jay Billis. I don't like Jay Billis. He had a thing on there, and he goes,
he had to eat that crow.
No, he said this is the most. He said this, and I'll post a link in the Discord. This is the most amazing thing I've seen in college basketball.
It is.
He said it's because they were a 17-14 team who had to win 5 straight, and that was amazing enough. And any normal, self-reasoning basketball observer would have been like, okay, they're going to be emotionally tired, physically tired. And then the way he says it on the camera, he goes, and they just keep winning. I don't get it. I don't know what's happening. So it's amazing. Why not us, right? I mean, why not us? Let's do it. Go win the whole thing.
Yeah.
Go win the whole thing.
Yep. Greg, give it to us, man. What you got?
Yeah, I mean, we've done pretty good. We're 9-4 in our last 13. So we still have those 4 losses that we have to, account for, I guess. But if I can mock Kenny Smith for that ridiculous comment the other night,
he's a homer, dude. He's such a
hater. But no, seriously, my last thought is and I've told this to multiple, parents that I've talked to over the last 72, 96 hours, is I've really just enjoyed watching them from their lens, having the privilege to be able to sit down with them and in the family section, and then just see them in the hotels, just seeing the pure joy on the face, that all the times that they've spent, hundreds of dollars getting to the next AAU tournament, the thousands of miles that they've logged in cars, the sacrifices that they made so their kids can play the sport that they love. And now they get to enjoy the benefit and reap the success of these kids. That to me is what sports are about. And it's just, I've just enjoyed the ride. I don't want it to end, and it will end on Monday night with a victory. as far as I'm concerned.
I
yesterday
feel they're going to win it. I feel they're going to
yeah,
win it.
Yesterday was the most calm I felt during this whole run. I don't know why, and I should have been the most nervous. I'll probably feel nervous on Saturday, but once we get through that, I'll just be like, hey, let's go.
You've seen this 9 times, Greg. You've seen this 9 times,
insane.
man. It's like
it's just insane. Yeah.
No.
Let's
go win a championship. Let's
go win a freaking championship. You know what? Hey, guess what? In
women too.
A week from now, we could potentially be playing in a national championship game. So that's a good point. Yeah, because I think women's is on Sunday, and then the men's final is on Monday. But look, in less than 48 hours, I begin my journey out west.
Yeah, and we're there with you.
We hope to see everybody there.
The way you say that makes you think you're taking a boat out there. I will take my voyage out there to the west side.
No, I got to go get my son down in Virginia Beach, and then we'll get on a plane Thursday, and then we'll be in Phoenix on Thursday. So I am so stoked.
Tell Chris said hello.
Yeah, but by the way, I'm still married at least for another week. So.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Shout out to my wife. She's been I called her a March Madness widow for the last 3 weeks, but I appreciate her supporting this journey, because it only happens apparently once every 42 freaking years. So I hope we change that.
Hey, program changing run right now, right?
Absolutely.
Why not us? 100%. Yeah, no. That's right. For me, I mean, I got to start off before I forget about it, because I promised him I would do it. But my cousin, Jimmy Dayton, he made me promise, because he's the one that did the request for the Wolfpack Club tickets before the request window was over. And so the tickets that we're going to be using, part of our tickets we're going to be using are his tickets that he got for us. So huge shout out to Jimmy there for that. He promised he made me promise to give him a shout out on the live show. So I'm filling that promise.
Turn up.
That's right.
For
what? Turn up for what? That's right.
But
yeah, no, I mean, for me, the first thing I'll say is again, I mean, like it really is sad, honestly, because no matter what, we're guaranteed within a week that the season will be over. Like it will be within a week, which is just, it's sad to think about. But honestly, for me, like my biggest hope and prayer is that no matter what happens, no matter, if a loss does come, I really do hope that honestly the cheers from the winning team's fans are not as loud as the cheers from our fans.
Drowned out by the Wolfpack.
That honestly are like, it honestly like freaks the winning team out. Be like, why are these losing fans cheering as loud as they are? And I mean, because
good thing we're not going to be the losing fans.
Well, I mean, good thing, but I'm more just like that. That's my hope and prayer. Is that
right,
fans,
we got it.
Is that again that really what happens on the court at this point? Like, whatever bad does happen, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like at the end of the day, first of all, because whether you're down by 6 at halftime to Duke, like it doesn't matter. They can still come back. But at the end of the day, if a loss does come, man, like what an amazing season, y'all. Like there's not one bad thing that could be said.
And
man.
phenomenal. Shout out to Carrie Blackwelder, because ever since the Louisville game, she was walking at the track, and she's walked every game since then. She's walked a total of 37 miles since the tournament started.
Wow.
I make her stay out there until the game is over. So
I love Jason's comment here about Gary Hahn saying it will be his last day of work for the 10th time on Saturday.
Amazing too.
Yeah,
it's the retirement tour that.
What a way to go out! What a way to go out!
It is the KISS tour of sports commentating. It's just like it just never stops. Like it's supposed to be the last one.
My 10th farewell tour.
Yeah, that's right. But yeah, so I mean, just. It really does honestly bring a tear to my eye thinking about just how amazing this run has been. But also, too, again, for the women, too, man. I mean, they deserve all the respect and love in the world for what they have achieved.
Especially if they win this game.
Well, bro, I mean, yeah. I mean, because South
Carolina.
Because we have said from the get-go, man, that South Carolina is in a beast of its own. And I still stand by that. But I'm sitting here saying, hey, with how strong our guards can play, with how well River and Mimi are playing down low,
and
I think impossible.
I think our guys and girls are bouncing off each other. Like you see on both.
Feeding off it, like it's almost like a rivalry. Like who's going to go farther now? Right.
I think it gives them that much more like energy and boost to win it all, and that's a huge thing because I mean, think about how many schools have been able to do that. not many.
No,
So
only
that's
one other time. It's only happened
Yeah.
one other time. That was UConn back in 2011 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2011.
And ironic would it be if we beat them in the final?
Well,
For
and especially
both.
because again, UConn's the team in men's. That's like, no, I mean, they're going to win it. Basically, everybody's saying they're going to win it. Just give it the trophy right now. So, yep.
I said the same thing about Houston.
All right. So what we need to ask Keats. What we need to ask Keats is, so if we make it to the national championship game against UConn, will Keats' mom take UConn minus the points? That'll really go the full circle with 83, right?
Full circle.
So,
Can
but,
Modiar re-up on electrolytes?
well, yeah, can Modiar re-up on electrolytes during the eclipse?
I still think that right there is one of the most the craziest things this whole thing.
Ramadan Mo, that's his nickname.
He's
8
killing it.
Ramadan
games. I don't know 9 is 9, but 8 games, 85 points, 100 rebounds, and it's mind blowing.
It's crazy.
Honestly.
Yeah, and again with being on a weird meal plan too during all of it.
Getting up at
So-
5 a.m. while all the other guys are still sleeping.
Yep, I
That's
know it's crazy.
crazy.
All right, Wolfpack Nation, we'll wrap it up there. First of all, I just want to say to all of Wolfpack Nation, we love you guys. This has been phenomenal to go through this with you all. I got to give a huge shout out as well that, I think it was before the Elite Eight game, watching the NC State men's basketball media guy, go down the handshake line, out of the hotel. And I literally kept saying man, it's still going. Oh my gosh, it's still going. That line was ridiculously long, and it was so awesome to see. And I'm so excited to be a part of that. Finally, for the first time in Phoenix here, coming up this weekend. To all of Wolfpack Nation who's able to make it, make sure to keep an eye out for us. Again, the 4 of us here on the call.
Come
as
say
well as
hello.
Michael. Yep, we'll be there. So make sure to come and say hey to us, y'all. Would love to meet every single one of y'all. Your support has been amazing. It is so crazy to be here at 9,200 subscribers or 18,000 followers. It is such a phenomenal thing, and we are so humble and appreciative for this, and it has been an honor. So thank you all so much, Wolfpack Nation. Again, make sure to stay tuned. We will have plenty of live show and plenty of content coming up here soon. We will see everybody in Phoenix who is able to make it. If you're not able to make it, we will see you on social media. We'll see you on the live shows, and we look forward to enjoying
Storm
this
the
run.
bell tower, man. Burn down Raleigh.
Burn down Raleigh,
The
man. One
whole
more week,
city.
baby.
We do not advocate that here at Tuffy
Yeah,
Talk.
oh yeah, I
not
totally do the
advocated?
same thing. Burn it down. Also, be totally safe.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
You only
All
use
right,
to prevent
Wolfpack
forest
Nation.
fires.
That's right. Yeah, forest fires. Yeah. All right, Wolfpack Nation, you're the best. We love you guys. Let's go win a natty. Let's go shock the world. We'll
Win
see
it.
y'all
Let's win the whole
soon.
thing.
And go Pack, baby.
Go back.